Welcome back to another episode of War in Cali. In the 2010s, San Bernardino consistently ranks amongst California's most dangerous cities. The city entered the decade already dealing with a lot of gang activity, high poverty, unemployment, large illegal drug markets, and also lingering effects of the Great Recession. These issues contributed to persistent violence concentrated in several neighborhoods. Now in the gangs in the city, it were several, and some of the most known became Delman Heights Bloods, and also the California Garden Crips, which were rivals. Now the California Garden Crips are one of the original gangs in San Bernardino, and have been a part of several headlines, making them one of the most dangerous and deadliest gangs in the city. They, among other gangs, have pushed the crime rate. In 2010, San Bernardino ranked among the most violent cities in California. The FBI reported data showing that the city recorded 2,000 violent crimes, including 42 murders, over 600 robberies, and over 13 aggravated assaults. Property crime was also extremely high for the city, with 9,000 property crimes, over 2,000 burglaries, over 4,000 larceny thefts, and 2,000 motor vehicle thefts. Those numbers reflect a city where violent crime was a daily concern, especially in neighborhoods experiencing persistent gang activity and open-air drug markets. In 2011, crime remained at elevated levels in San Bernardino. The FBI reported that over 2,000 violent crimes occurred, including 38 murders, over 600 robberies, and over 1,300 aggravated assaults. Also, property crime remained severe, totaling over 10,000 reported offenses. And the California Garden Crips were a part of those numbers, leading to Operation Squeeze Play. The Delman Heights Bloods and California Garden Crips were causing a lot of crime in the city, causing a total of 12 members of both gangs being indicted. In 2011, an FBI Safe Street task force known as the San Bernardino Gang Impact Team initiated an investigation into the criminal activities of several San Bernardino-based criminal street gangs, which included the California Garden Crips and the Delman Heights Bloods. According to investigators, the California Garden Crips and the Delman Heights Blood street gangs played a major role in distribution of illegal narcotics in and around the city. The members and associates of the two gangs were believed to sell narcotics to further the influence of the gang. The Department of Justice stated that they were committed to aggressively pursuing gang members and narcotics traffickers that threaten the safety of the local communities. They also stated that they would continue working with their partners at both the federal and local levels in order to take the dangerous offenders off the streets. A 42-page federal indictment based on the work of the Gang Impact Team was unveiled, and it named 7 defendants, all of whom were charged with conspiracy to distribute various illegal narcotics, including meth and crack. 3 other defendants are named in a second criminal complaint, and 2 individuals are named in a single defendant criminal complaints. In total, Operation Squeeze Play resulted in federal charges against 12 defendants. The activity alleged in the indictment outlines the vast reach of drug networks operating in around the city of San Bernardino. Police continue by saying the arrest by the Gang Impact Team will have a strong impact on the gang's influence and are a positive step towards restoring order to law-abiding citizens. Among those arrested during this operation were gang members or associates identified based on the persistent criminal activity that plagued our streets for too long. The federal indictment alleges 23 counts of all defendants named in that indictment, and they were charged with conspiracy to distribute meth, crack, and weed. Some of the defendants listed in that indictment had 3 complaints and additionally charged with distribution of meth and possession with intent to distribute meth, and distribution of crack, and possession to intent to distribute crack. Possessions of firearms are also drug trafficking crime, and also felons in possession of firearms and ammunition. By 2014, the city of San Bernardino began to crack down on several gangs, which included the California Garden Crips. A total of 33 arrests were made during the investigation. Of those arrested, 3 are suspected of murder. The district attorney also filed 29 counts of attempted murder, 16 counts of conspiracy or solicitation to commit murder, and 2 counts of accessory to murder against those arrested. Numerous guns and drugs were seized during the operation. One of the men arrested was a 20-year-old man named Corey. He was a suspected member of the California Garden Crips. He was accused of killing a man named Michael and also another man named Rashawn. He was out of jail due to AB 109, which shifts the responsibility for incarcerating many low-risk inmates from state to county to reduce state populations.
Made along with weapons taken off the streets. Inland Empire Bureau Chief Rob McMillan tells us police also believe they have solved a murder because of the investigation.
These are the results of a 3-month-long operation cracking down on gang violence. More than 30 people arrested and dozens of weapons confiscated, taken off the streets of San Bernardino and Highland.
It's a message to these cowards and local terrorists. We're not going to stand for that in San Bernardino County, and we are going to hold you responsible.
Earlier this year, law enforcement started to see a jump in the number of carjackings, robberies, murders, and attempted murders. That's the reason for this operation that culminated in all of these arrests a week and a half ago. One of the murders that police say was solved because of this operation was that of 19-year-old Michael Martinez Jr., who was gunned down on this very street last August.
Michael was a good kid who didn't deserve what happened to him.
Police believe 20-year-old Corey Thomas, an alleged gang member, is the one who pulled the trigger. He's now under arrest, charged with not only Martinez's murder, but another one as well.
We took a lot of bad guys off the streets. We took a lot of guns out of the hands of people that have no business possessing guns.
When are we going to wake up and stop killing each other? And I'm not begging, I'm not pleading with you, I'm telling you. Wake up, stop playing the game, stop falling into the trap. There's so much more out there.
In a 2014 indictment, police also listed that murders, attempted murders, and carjackings were on the rise, and it was fueled by the ongoing rivalry by the two street gangs being the Crips and the Bloods. They held a press conference stating that the headquarters and tactical operations made arrests as a result of an uptick in their crimes. As more street wars and violence occurred by 2016, 2 years later the California Garden Crips were once again involved in another indictment. The move followed a months-long investigation targeting the California Crips. This led to the seizure of 43 guns and the arrest of 41 people, along with 2 murders filed in this case. The task force behind Operation No Boundaries was created in June of 2016 and went through November 3rd.
A new anti-gang task force assembled and unleashed across the county. As Inland Empire reporter Leticia Juarez shows us, this crackdown on violent crimes is working.
Scenes like this in San Bernardino have become familiar ones. Last night, a man was shot and killed on the 700 block of North Arrowhead. The investigation into that murder is just beginning. The uptick in crime in the city and surrounding county has not gone unnoticed.
As a result, we formed a task force. At the end of the day, the task force was dubbed Operation No Boundaries.
5 months ago, San Bernardino police joined forces with the Sheriff's Department and other local and federal agencies to crack down on street gang activity. During the investigation, the task force arrested 41 members with the California Garden Crips.
And although some of the victims were gang members and it was gang activity, there were a number of innocent citizens that were just trying to get through life that were victims of these tragic events.
This gun chart shows just how interconnected some of the crimes can be. For instance, this weapon was used in 5 assaults and 2 murders, including the murder of Jemiah Trammell, in which Billy Duncan was arrested and charged. He's also charged with the murder of Alejandro Herrera using a much different weapon.
Once a decent working weapon is amongst a criminal street gang, that weapon gets handed around and used by different members.
During the operation, investigators were able to stop 5 homicides and 2 robberies. Other cases will also benefit from the task force work.
We are very, very close to solving a total of 6 murders. Many of those cases are already solved or already filed with the district attorney's office. The remainder are very, very close.
And while Operation No Boundaries proves successful, authorities say they will continue to combat street gangs.
Operation No Boundaries, a 17-year-old high school student named Billy, who was a California Garden Crip, will be charged in a murder case. He was charged in a brutal slaying of a 20-year-old woman named Jemiah. She was found with gunshot wounds to the head at the night of July 20th of 2016. According to investigators, she was shot and killed about 8:25 p.m. while driving in the area of 1400 East Date Street. Just 3 years prior, in 2013, Billy's dad, who was also in the gang life, was killed in the shooting. Billy was also charged in the killing of a man named Alejandro. Alejandro was 28 and he was killed on August 11. A second person named Dewan, who was 19, was also charged in Alejandro's death. Another murder case happened in this operation in 2016. That's when another California Garden Crip named Davion killed a believed rival. In 2016, San Bernardino police said Davion was an enforcer for the California Garden Crips. The victim, Shanta, was outside of known blood territory smoking a cigarette. He was wearing red shorts. That's when Davion and another man approached him and asked for one. Davion believed the victim was a rival gang member. After giving him a cigarette, Davion pulled out a gun and shot Shanta to death. Shell casings were found all over the scene. Soon after, the task force intercepted a phone call where Davion was heard talking about having a gun. Davion was stopped by San Bernardino police and the gun was found under his seat. He admitted the gun was his. Ballistics linked to fire rounds to the gun recovered, and also a Snapchat video also showed him with the gun immediately before the traffic stop. and also social media posts, eyewitnesses, and intercepted phone calls proved that he killed the victim. He was later sentenced to 50 years to life. The California Garden Crips have been a part of a lot of indictments throughout the years, showing how much known they are throughout the city and the violence they bring. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.